Hi everybody, Mr. Owens here. I'm going to be going over adding integers. So this is a really difficult concept, adding and subtracting integers. So be sure, before we get started, be sure to be kind to yourself and be patient with yourself because not everyone's going to understand this right away. But if you're a little confused, just make sure you keep trying, okay? So here we'll start with a nice easy problem, 3 plus 4. This is something you learned how to do in like first grade, right? We're just going to be representing the positive numbers with plus signs and the negative numbers with negative signs, okay? So 3 is like we have plus, plus, and plus. That's 3. 1, 2, and 3. Plus 4 is we're going to add in 4 more. And we just ask ourselves, how many pluses do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means 7, right? 7 plus signs, okay? Now something that you do need to know before we go on to this next one, is that if you have a plus and a minus, this combines to make what we call a zero pair. And I went over this in our last video, but a zero pair equals 0, obviously, right? So we're going to be looking for zero pairs. So let's go to this next one, okay? We have positive 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to add in 4 negatives. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to add in 4 negatives. Now we just need to ask ourselves, are there any zero pairs? How can we circle any zero pairs? And we say, okay, yeah, there's one right here. A plus and a minus makes 0. Another zero pair, another zero pair. What's left over? We have 1 minus sign, 1 negative sign, which means it equals -1. 1 negative left is -1. And that's adding integers. So you put the plus, you put the minus, and then you make your zero pairs. So let's try another one. So actually, let's do this one first. -3 plus 4. So we start with 3 negatives, right? 1, 2, 3. And we're adding in 4 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want to see, are there any zero pairs? So we circle, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. What's left over? There is 1 plus sign left over. So that means our answer is +1. That's our answer. All right. And then finally this last one, right? So -3 plus -4. So we start with 3 negatives. 1, 2, 3. Then we add in 4 more negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we ask ourselves, are there any zero pairs? And the answer is no, there are no zero pairs. There's no pluses to make a zero pair. So here we have 7 minus signs, which equals our answer of -7, okay? So that is one way you can add integers, is by writing out the pluses and minuses that are in there and then making zero pairs, okay? Now the next way of doing it, the other way of doing it, is by thinking of a number line, okay? And the number line is going to be a little bit quicker because when you do really big numbers, you don't want to be writing out 150 plus signs, right? Or minus signs. So the number line is a little bit quicker. So some things for you to know is that you always start at first number, and then you move direction and distance of second number. Okay, so we start the first number. So if this is the first number, then we have +4. So we start the first number of 3. I'm going to put a nice healthy dot. And then we're adding 4. And right, we know adding is going to the right, getting bigger. Subtracting is going to the left, getting smaller. So we're adding 4. So we're going this way by 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we end up at 7. So our answer is 7. Okay? Now that one is a nice easy one. Let's try this one a little harder. So once again, we're going to start at 3, our first number, and we're adding -4. Now, negative is going to the left, right? So we're going to go to the left by 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And our answer, then, we end at -1. So our answer is -1. This next one, we start at -3, right? And when you're adding -4, you can think of the plus sign as like more. So you're getting more negative. So we're going to add -4. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. and we end at -7. Okay? And then finally, this last one, we start at -3, and we're adding 4, so we're getting more positive, right? So we're going to go to the right. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, end at +1. And that's your answer. So the sign just tells you which direction you are moving. And here are two different strategies for